to extend my gratitude to my friend and colleague and hometown representative, Mr. Norcross. This amendment will simply prohibit funding from implementing the Executive Order 14251 that eliminates collective bargaining rights for 1.5 million federal employees, including most Department of Defense civilian employees, and it is single-handedly the broadest and most aggressive action taken by the federal government against labor rights in U.S. history. And as the daughter of two very proud civil servants, I understand the vital work that public servants do on behalf of the American people. And since the beginning of this administration, we have seen an unprecedented attack on our federal workforce. And I know our federal workers are the backbone of government services that the American people rely on, not just in my district, but across this country. So this is not about scoring political points with unions. I take umbrage with that suggestion. This is about standing up for the collective bargaining agreements that have been in place for generations. I know this because I represent 44,000 federal employees in my district, many of whom serve this nation at Fort Meade, at the United States Naval Academy, at the Coast Guard, just to name 3 installations in my district alone. I've heard from these federal employees back home, and every time I tour an installation, I ask the critical question, how many civilian employees support the critical work at that installation? And I urge my colleagues on this committee to ask that same question, because you will hear from them. They are the backbone of this national security work. And ultimately stripping federal employees of their voice on the job will impact military readiness. We'd be joking with ourselves if we didn't believe that. We cannot allow this administration to continue to take a sledgehammer to the federal workforce without some check from this legislative branch. That's what our founders had in mind, and I urge my colleagues to vote for this amendment, and I yield back.